Hello, my name is Dr. Sanchez, neuropsychologist, OD expert, and executive coach. And I'm so excited to come to you today to talk to you about building and using executive presence. Well, as you know, executive presence can be that thing that can make or break your career. And when you think about it, you might think that executive presence is this thing that you recognize in other people because you see them show up and command a room. But for many women leaders, including myself very early in my career, it felt like it was oftentimes vague, undefined, and even difficult to emulate. So I'm asking you today, do you compare yourself to individuals that seem to really have it all together and can deliver a polished presentation? Maybe that person is even someone that your employer gave the promotion over you. Or maybe it's someone who is an influencer in your industry or organization. And you really see kind of the image that they project as this marker for you in your own future professional success. Well, I'll just let you know, I've been coaching high potential women for almost 20 years, and I have to tell you that there is more and more information that we're becoming aware of in current research that tells us more about what executive presence is and defines it in really tangible ways that you can hang your hat on so that you can understand what it is that key decision makers are looking for. Even our own accounts in the workplace, if you're a women leader, you maybe even have been able to do your own investigative research to find out kind of what are some of the elements that you need in order to advance and take your career to the next level. But what I want to do in these next series of posts is I want to share with you some tips on building executive presence that's rooted in the available and current research. But I also want to teach you how to be able to do this in an authentic way so that it doesn't feel robotic, it doesn't feel unnatural or even faked. Most importantly, I'm going to share with you some ways that you can utilize executive presence to help you position more powerfully in your campaign for promotion, pivot, or transition, and help you to gain the competitive advantage. So, okay, let's get in. So, what is executive presence anyway? If you've never heard this term, it's fairly new, but it's one that's kind of been in mainstream business lexicon since 2014. And there's a series of research that has been done by Sylvia Ann Hewlett, and she wrote this book on the gap between merit and success. And so in it, she defines executive presence as a leader's it factor, okay? So some important facts that I want you to know in this research that she conducted, she surveyed over 268 executives, and 67% of them said that this thing called gravitas, which is your ability to command a room, is the most important factor when promoting an employee into a leadership position. So your ability to come in, take charge, and command a room, 67% of the time is going to help you get that leadership position. They also said that 26% of the survey respondents believe that executive presence, so the whole thing, executive presence, not just gravitas, but executive presence, how you show up as a leader, your confidence, is what it takes to get promoted into a leadership position. So that it factor, or executive presence, as we can say, is broken down into three pillars, which I kind of alluded to, but I'm going to go and break them down for you. So the three pillars are gravitas, communication, and appearance. And gravitas is that thing that projects your credibility. When you see that in a leader or you see that in an influencer, you know that they have the ability to exude confidence and communicate a clear message. And gravitas really signals to other people that you have that leadership potential. That's what the research was saying, that 67% of respondents believe that gravitas is the thing that will get you into that next position. While communication encompasses not just verbal communication, but also nonverbal communication, and this shows up as your ability to command a room by using body language, concise speaking skills, and this helps to communicate your authority as a leader. And then appearance is rated as the least important, but it is important because it is common that people make associations very quickly and assumptions based upon how you look. Unfortunately, that's the truth. And so all of these other things about your ability to project confidence and credibility, your gravitas, your communication style boils down to you. Do you look the part? Do you appear to be leader like? Okay. So if you struggle with showing up confidently, don't worry about this because executive presence can be learned. It can be learned and it can be taught. So I'm telling you, tune in here. So the gap between merited success, like Sylvia Hewlett was saying, can be closed through learning these soft skills like executive presence and also increasing your emotional intelligence so that you can intuitively pick up on what respondents are taking in, the cues that they're giving you. But the other thing is that you may be to a point, some of you, where it feels like it's all or nothing, right? You know that you want to get to this next level. You just don't know where to start. And now that you have more information, the more that you learn, the more overwhelming it seems. So this is where we get to the point of saying, this is where you tap in an expert, right? I've coached many leaders on how to upgrade their executive presence. And my clients know that they just make this connection, this shift, that in order to operate effectively at the senior level or their ability to get to the senior level, it means that they have to be viewed as an influential leader. People have to have this perception of you as this person that's in a position of authority, the person that can take the reins, the person that can handle the level of responsibility. And if that perception is disjointed or fragmented, then that's going to interrupt your opportunities to be able to advance quickly and to advance in the way that you would like. So this is why it's important to get that kind of help. So here's tip number 1. I want you to, when you think about the aspect of executive presence and how you're showing up as a leader, think about being mindful and staying mindful about what you say, how you say it, and when you say it. So I'll give you an example. Have you ever heard that term grace under fire? Well, this means in a real sense, if you're in a high stakes situation, that you maintain the ability to remain calm, even when under fire, okay? And that you bring consistent value to the table. So if it's one of these things where maybe you're sitting in a meeting, you offer up an idea or someone else offers up an idea and you get some pushback, in that situation, being able to maintain your calm, professional composure and still be able to add value to the conversation is going to be important for people being able to see you exhibit that level of presence as an executive or executive presence. So, in other words, feeling as though that despite what is going on, you don't feel the need to be pressured into being the smartest person in the room. You don't need to feel like you have to dominate airtime or that you have to be a right fighter and that you need to be right, but that you're able to gain that poise and grace under fire. So I hope that this message today has added value to you. And if you want to continue to learn more about how you can use tips like executive presence, emotional intelligence, any of the soft skills to help improve your confidence so that you can catapult your career to the next level, I am offering a free webinar on September 29th at 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And this training will help you to improve your confidence and to work through things like self-doubt, fear, imposter syndrome, all while helping you to position yourself powerfully for promotion, pivot, or transition. You're also going to learn how to overcome some of those internal politics, those barriers, things like fear, doubt, and what have you that interfere and hijack your career success so that you can achieve the level of success that you desire and deserve in your career. So I want you to register today, invite a friend for that webinar training. It's called Career Confidence, How to Powerfully Position for a Promotion, Pivot, or Transition. I'm also going to put for you in the comments how to register for that event at Dr. Sanchez CC-webinar-register. Okay. So thank you so much for watching today. It has been my pleasure to be here with you. I'm going to also, let's see, I'm going to add a banner. How do I do that? Okay. Oh, there we go. I'm going to add a banner. Perfect. So you can see that. There we go. Isn't that nifty? I love this StreamYard. So again, register today for that webinar. Okay? It's called Career Confidence. And I'm going to teach you in that webinar how to position powerfully for promotion, pivot, or transition. Again, that registration link is a bit.ly link. It's Dr. SCC webinar.register. And I'm going to add another one here just because I can. That's really cool. I hope you've enjoyed today's video. Please feel free, if you happen to be watching on the replay, to drop any questions or comments that you have, and I will swing back around and answer them. I've been getting a lot of engagement on these posts, and I just want to thank everyone who's been watching. And, you know, this really just helps me know that what I am sharing is adding value to people, and I'm not alone in some of these thoughts that I'm having about where I think that women are needing support in regards to their leadership and their professional development. So I just want to encourage you to not only register for that webinar for yourself, but to also bring a friend, right? Because you probably, I'm going to bet you 9 times out of 10, you know other ladies that are just like you, leading in the professional realm. They are fantastic, at the top of their game, amazing at what they do, but they're lacking confidence. They're lacking confidence because the outside world maybe is sending them signals that they're not as valuable as they know themselves to be. And it's being demonstrated in ways like they're being passed over for promotion. They're getting vague feedback on their performance reviews, and maybe they don't know how to improve because that seems to be something that their supervisors or superiors are dodging, and they're not giving them clear feedback about how to advance in their company. Or maybe they've been working in position or industry for 5, 10, 15, 20 years, and they're still underpaid in regards to their male counterparts. Or maybe they're experiencing something like intersectionality or microaggressions in the workplace, and you're just not knowing how to deal with things like pushback in a confident way that makes you come off as graceful, professional, powerful. Or maybe you're not feeling as though you're connected or know how to network with the right individuals, or get into opportunities where you can receive mentorship or sponsorship so that you can get the right type of feedback or guidance that you need in order to take your career further. So these are all things that we're going to talk about during this training, and I think this will be important to you to attend. And as I said, invite another friend, invite a group of friends to come, because this is a movement, right? This is a movement. I believe that what I'm doing, I'm called to do as far as my mission for my work, and I know that the strategies and the techniques that I use do work. My clients have experienced great success after working with me, and that's not a sales thing, but it's the truth, because really what was missing was they already had everything that they needed in order to be qualified for the job, believe it or not. But it was about being able to make that mental shift and being able to connect the dots to knowing how to navigate and strategize the politics of promotion. So again, I just thank you for watching today. It has been such a joy to be on with you, and I will see you next time. My name is Dr. Sanchez. Take care. Bye-bye. And don't forget to register for that webinar. Details below. Okay. Thanks so much. Have a good one.